How childhood trauma haunts your health forever, and how it's passed down through generations. Welcome to the Health Professor 101, where we uncover the science behind your health. Today we're tackling a deeply important topic: childhood trauma. What happens in our early years doesn't just stay in the past, it can shape our health for a lifetime. Even more startling, trauma can echo through generations, affecting the health of your children and grandchildren. Let's explore how childhood trauma impacts your body, mind, and even your family's future, backed by research and statistics. Childhood trauma, whether it's abuse, neglect, or witnessing violence, triggers a stress response in the body. When a child experiences trauma, their brain releases stress hormones like cortisol. In small doses, this is normal. But when trauma is chronic, it can rewire the brain, especially areas like the amygdala, which controls fear, and the prefrontal cortex, which handles decision-making. According to a study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, individuals who experience childhood trauma are 3 times more likely to develop anxiety and depression later in life. This toxic stress can also lead to long-term issues like PTSD. But the effects don't stop there. Trauma can also impact physical health in ways you might not expect. Research shows that childhood trauma is linked to a higher risk of chronic diseases later in life. A landmark study called the Adverse Childhood Experiences Study found that individuals with 4 or more ACEs, such as abuse, neglect, or household dysfunction, are twice as likely to develop heart disease and 4 times more likely to suffer from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. This is because prolonged stress weakens the immune system, making you more vulnerable to infections and illnesses. It also increases inflammation in the body, which is a key factor in conditions like diabetes, autoimmune disorders, and even cancer. Trauma can even alter your nervous system, leaving you in a constant state of fight or flight. This can lead to fatigue, digestive issues, and chronic pain. The body remembers what the mind tries to forget. Childhood trauma doesn't just affect your body, it shapes your behaviors and emotions. According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, individuals who experience trauma in childhood are 4 to 12 times more likely to develop substance abuse disorders. Many people who experience trauma turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms like smoking, drinking, or overeating. These habits can further damage your health and create a cycle of self-destruction. Trauma can also affect relationships. It can make it hard to trust others, leading to isolation or unhealthy attachments. And for some, it can manifest as self-sabotage, making it difficult to achieve goals or feel fulfilled. Here's where it gets even more complex. Trauma doesn't just affect the individual, it can be passed down through generations. This is known as generational trauma. Studies show that the effects of trauma can alter gene expression, a process called epigenetics. For example, research published in Nature Neuroscience found that trauma survivors had changes in genes related to stress regulation, which were then passed on to their children. These changes can be inherited, meaning the children and grandchildren of trauma survivors may be more prone to anxiety, depression, and stress-related illnesses. In fact, a 2018 study in biological psychiatry found that children of Holocaust survivors had altered stress hormone levels, even though they didn't experience the trauma directly. But it's not just biology. Trauma can also be passed down through behaviors and environments. For example, a parent who experienced trauma may unknowingly repeat patterns of neglect or emotional distance with their own children. This creates a cycle where trauma continues to affect future generations. The good news? It's never too late to heal. Understanding the impact of childhood trauma is the first step. Therapy, mindfulness practices, and building a strong support system can help rewire your brain and restore your health. Breaking the cycle of generational trauma starts with awareness. Parents can work on their own healing to create a healthier environment for their children. Practices like open communication, emotional validation, and positive parenting can help stop the cycle in its tracks. Research supports this. A study in the Journal of Child Psychology and Psychiatry found that children of parents who engaged in trauma-focused therapy showed significant improvements in their own emotional and behavioral health. Small changes like exercise, meditation, and healthy eating can also reduce inflammation and improve your overall well-being. Healing is a journey, but every step counts, not just for you, but for your family's future. At the Health Professor 101, we believe in the power of knowledge and healing. Childhood trauma may leave scars, but it doesn't have to define your future or the future of your family. By understanding its impact and taking steps to heal, you can reclaim your health and happiness while breaking the cycle for generations to come. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more insights. Stay strong, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.